Hi guys, so this is Rahul, and in this video I'm going to talk about .NET and why you should opt for .NET if you are a fresher or you are learning to you are learning you want to make a career in software development. Then why .NET is a very good option. Not I will say it is a good option. It is a very good option. Okay, so today I will try to declutter a lot of things. I will try to uh, give you my perspective, and then you can decide whether this like all these things like really make sense to you or not. Okay, and I will make this video very like short. Within 10 minutes I finish this video, so I will not take you much time. But if you are a fresher or if you are a person who wants to learn development and make a career in software development, then .NET is a very good thing, and you should definitely consider this thing once. And yeah, so let's start. So what is .NET? So .NET is a Microsoft, you can say Microsoft uh, brainchild. Okay, so it is a Microsoft technology. .NET is a Microsoft technology, which is actually nothing but a like a software development framework. Okay, so any development we need some libraries, we need some languages, we need some editor, we need many things. So .NET is like you can see here, .NET is like an open source developer platform created by Microsoft. Okay, and this is used to make many things. It is used to make full stack applications. This is used to make your mobile apps. This is used to make a lot of very like interesting kind of solutions. Uh, so yeah, I will give you the like end-to-end perspective. But ultimately, .NET is not a language. The language which is used primarily is C Sharp. Okay, so if I scroll down, I will show you what is the languages available. So you can see language is C Sharp. So C Sharp is a very good language. It is an object-oriented language, and this is very similar to Java in terms of design. Actually, the author of C Sharp is the person who has already like who has created Java. It's the same person has created C Sharp also, as far as I know. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, what I've heard of this thing. So uh, there are other languages also supported by .NET. Okay, but C Sharp is the main primary language which is used to. If you are thinking to become a .NET developer, you should learn C Sharp language. Okay, it is a very good language. It is having very good features. It is very like cool. Okay, so what you can develop using .NET? Okay, so it is a cross-platform. Like you can develop apps on multiple platforms which will run on like Mac or Windows. Okay, and at the same time, it is also used for making mobile applications like Xamarin. Xamarin is a technology which is used for making mobile apps. Okay, and yeah, so this point I want to yeah this thing. So what kind of different applications you can make? You can make a web application, websites. Okay, you can make mobile application. You can make desktop applications. You can create backend services. You can make some cloud related applications. You can also write your own algorithm. Okay, and deploy on the cloud because .NET. You can just think like that. .NET is a Microsoft technology. Similarly, Microsoft Azure is a Microsoft cloud. So these two things are linked. So most of the .NET developer uses Microsoft Azure for deployment of their apps. So machine learning is one of the part. Game development using Unity framework you can do using C Sharp, and a lot of things are there. Okay, so don't think okay this .NET is just for full stack development or a backend development. Not like it is used in so many different areas. You can understand this is a complete framework, complete you can say software development kit in a way. Okay, it is no lesser than any other uh, like technology you can think of. You may think of Java and Python or Node.js, but this is really on one of the like very good and very good especially the bigger companies because this is a Microsoft technology. So there's a trust. Okay, there's a uh, there's a what I can say. So the companies want to mitigate risk. They don't want, okay, some problem will appear after developing the apps. So they want a trusted partner. So Microsoft is like partner with a lot of companies. They provide them with the what I can say, this thing like that they could provide with all the possible ways of developing any applications and all those things. So in that regard, this .NET is very very good. Okay, and I have made a Excel sheet for you just to like point out uh, like certain things. So .NET is mostly used for enterprise. So what is enterprise? Enterprise are like very big companies which wants high quality apps with full security. Okay, guarantee of security. So Microsoft brings everything. Microsoft has .NET framework. Microsoft has .NET this Azure cloud. Okay, so it integrates both .NET as well as Azure. That is the power of Microsoft. It can, this .NET and Azure are like very very compatible. So in that regard, companies have a very good trust or rapport with Microsoft that they are used to. They have built like a lot of good enterprise apps in the past. So that is why .NET. See, when suppose you are developing using maybe Node.js or maybe Python, because many of their packages and other libraries might be free of cost. Suppose you're using Postgres database in the backend, it might be uh, free of cost. Okay, not free of cost, but it will be like costless. But if you're using suppose .NET, generally what we use SQL Server as a database, which is like has a cost. Okay, both in terms of license and other things, correct? But then it has its own capabilities also. The enterprise is ready to pay the price if you are giving us the result. Okay, so that is why .NET, when you develop using .NET, the overall cost will be high in terms of deployment and maintenance. Okay, but the apps will be of very very high quality. So that is why this is very very good technology. And .NET Core is one of the, like I said, the newest framework in the market. .NET is a old technology, but it was not earlier open source. It was earlier targeting mostly the Windows platform. But right now, from like recent years, they are trying to change their strategy, and they have become open source. And .NET Core is the open source technology, like not technology, sorry, it is framework, which is used every. You can use using this thing, you can develop anything. Like I was giving you the example, like mobile apps, web apps, cloud apps, anything. Okay, so quickly I'll move forward and I will talk about other things. So why I'm talking about cloud? Now see, if you want to become a developer, you can't be away from the cloud technology. You have to understand how this .NET Core will be deployed in a cloud. And since most of the company will prefer Azure, it can also be deployed on AWS, but most of the company will prefer Azure, as because it is a like a native support for .NET applications. So you have to learn Azure also. So if you want to become a good .NET developer, which who wants to have like get a good job in the market, if you're fresher, then you might skip Azure. But if you're experienced developer and you want to like become a better developer, you can't skip Azure. Without that, it's very hard to get job nowadays. If you're a fresher, that is fine. You know .NET Core and C Sharp and other things. You may get a job without knowing Azure also. But if you're an experienced developer, you must know Azure. And the thing I am saying this thing is that Azure developers are having very very high salary. Just check the salaries on Naukri.com, and you see it is skyrocketing salaries. I can show you if I go here and check the Azure jobs. You can see the salaries. Just I'll show you some of the instance. Uh, okay, just give me a second. Where is- Mm, you can see this thing. Okay, this is okay, but I'll show more higher salaries. Let me show you. Okay, so if I see here, you can check. You can check here this company. You might have heard of this Tieto company. 8 to 12 experience, and they're getting a very good salary. You can see up to 35 lakhs package. So if you're a .NET developer, if you know Azure, then sky is the limit. There's no limit right now. You can get like more than this thing. Okay, and at the same experience level. So .NET is very good technology, and coupled with Azure, it becomes more powerful. So think of this, okay? And this is a evergreen technology. Microsoft is not going anywhere. It is still in the market. So this .NET is backed by Microsoft. It is not going anywhere. Companies are still using it, and demand is only growing. People are not learning nowadays .NET because of like other technologies are too much hyped. Okay, this I will not name, but people are just moving in one direction. They're not thinking from holistic point of view. Okay, so I will say just think about this thing. I have just written some of the services which is quite famously used in when you work with Azure, but I'm not going to technical thing. So what you can become as a .NET developer? You can become a backend developer, develop web APIs, REST API. You can become a full stack developer. But in full stack development, you have to learn the front end also, like React or Angular. Then only you'll get a good job. And then apart from this, you might have to learn about Azure and other things also, like what is DevOps, because DevOps is also important, like basic thing, like how CI/CD works and how you raise your daily what I can say code pull request and those things. Okay, so these are very important. Okay, so what other things you can target when you are working as a .NET developer? So .NET developer is not just for backend or full stack development. Other things are also there. Like this one technology is Power App development. Okay, just try to search these things. Lot of Microsoft 365 apps are developed in .NET. Okay, Microsoft Teams, you like many of you might be aware of what is Microsoft Teams. So Microsoft Teams apps are also developed using .NET. Okay, so I can show you here this thing. So this is the appsource.microsoft.com. So it contains all the Microsoft uh, apps, and these are primarily developed in .NET. Okay, so Microsoft gives us how you can develop Microsoft apps. Okay, and this is Microsoft Teams. I have this search related to Microsoft Teams. For example, let's suppose you can see this thing. I'll show you one thing like Salesforce for Teams. Okay, so suppose you are a B2B company and you have employees and you want to, let's suppose, install Salesforce. So how you can do this thing? Okay, so there are a lot of things which are there people don't know. So just explore this thing. I have You can see this documentation also how to publish your app to the Microsoft Teams store. So Microsoft App Store has a separate Microsoft Teams store. So how you can publish? There's a lot of technologies involved here, but primarily you have to first become a .NET developer. Then only you can make Microsoft Teams app. Okay, and this is very good in demand right now in the market. There's very good demand of Microsoft Teams developer. Okay, so this is specific areas I'm talking about in .NET. Then there's a very hot technology nowadays. You also have heard of chatbots. So using Microsoft Bot framework, we can also create what I can say chatbots which are not, I'll say, really AI based, but it can be rule based also, and that is also quite used in the market. Okay, so don't think Microsoft Bot framework you have to learn machine learning. No, not really. Okay, you have to just learn how to use this Bot framework. If somebody answer a questions, ask a question, how can you answer? Okay, so you can have those things in database also. Many things can be possible. So Microsoft Bot frame, and this can be integrated with your teams also. So I have also worked in one of the like project where I have developed this Bot application using Microsoft Teams. So I know this thing. So it is very good, and a lot of companies are demanding this thing, like you can see, and we can deploy it anywhere on mobile, on desktop, on the Microsoft Teams, on your Slack channel, on your Facebook. Many things are possible. So it is very good in demand. Companies are looking for this thing. Okay, so have a look in this thing, Microsoft Bot framework, and just try to search these kind of jobs in the what I can say in Nokia.com. Suppose I go and I search. Okay, that Microsoft soft boat framework. You can get this thing. You can search. There are a lot of jobs for this thing. You can see this thing. There are a lot of jobs and very good salaries available. Okay, and what you need to know, just .NET development and little bit of if you have idea about backend and front end development, it will be easier to make this thing. Okay, so yeah, so you have to start with the basics. Need to learn how to make web applications. Once you know that thing, you can obviously go for this thing, and this is having very good what I can say scope. Okay, so just think about these things, and apart from that, what is possible? So Microsoft Dynamics, what is this? This is a ERP. ERP, like Microsoft provides this thing also. In this thing also, you need to know C sharp and then how this ERP Dynamics works. And there's also a good amount of jobs in this thing. Not very high quality, very high number of jobs, but yeah, there are jobs in this thing. Xamarin, as I told earlier, it is used for mobile app development, cross-platform. Like once you develop a app, it can be published on Android, on iOS, and even desktop. It is used for cross-platform development. And the last is Sidecore CMS. So it is content management system. Sidecore. This is for this also you need .NET. So as you say, don't think .NET is just for as a backend or full stack. It is much beyond that, and you can use in a lot of different areas. And coupled with Azure, I will make a separate video on Azure once very soon. But yeah, this is like this right now focusing on .NET. So .NET Core, uh, .NET Core. See, .NET and .NET Core are a little bit different. .NET is like older. .NET framework is a older thing, and .NET Core is a like newer thing. So you should always, if you're learning, try to learn the latest one, .NET Core, not the old .NET. Okay. So this is so with this I will uh, stop the video, but before that I'll just give you some idea about .NET and .NET Core. So what is the demand of .NET Core and what's the salaries? This will give you some idea. So if you see here, you can see this. You can see the salaries available. So very good salaries are available. Okay, in this .NET Core. If you see, let me, yeah, you can see this thing. .NET Core, .NET Core developer. See the salary. They're saying that up to 45 lakhs also is possible if you know full stack in .NET in 10 years experience. So let's see what is the demand of .NET Core development. Okay, obviously you need to know other things also like Azure and many things. Okay, but yeah, just I'm trying to review the scope. Here they are given not much salary. Yeah, depends on the companies and. But yeah, my point is that there are very good opportunity in .NET because it is used by bigger companies like you can see here, full stack .NET developer, just developer, and they are a little bit up to 30 lakhs package just for a developer. So just think about seriously. Don't believe me. Do your own research. You will come to know whether I'm talking right or not. Okay. So with this, I will end your video, and I guess this will help you in making a decision. I'm not saying okay choose only .NET, but yeah, .NET should be one of your options if you are exploring the which technology to pursue. And this the main important thing. This is the evergreen technology. Once you are in .NET, you can easily like forward about next 20 to 30 years because it is with Microsoft, which is a technology leader. Okay, I don't need to speak on their behalf. Okay, so with this, I will stop and uh, hope this helps in making your decision. So thank you, and let's meet next time.